Because next we've got Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez defending their women's tag team championships against the surprising team up of Bayley and Lyra Valkyria, which didn't think was going to work, but
And I don't get this part because I thought Lyra had the IC title.
she does. This is all building to Bayley versus Lyra for that
Okay,
belt.
okay, okay.
But I think a stepping stone because remember I forget which WrestleMania it was. I think it was 23 actually. Remember when Cena had the title and Shawn Michaels was going for it at WrestleMania, but I think it was like for 2 or 3 months before that, they kind of by fluke won the tag team titles and
Okay,
were a
okay.
tag
Yeah, yeah.
team.
Yeah.
And then at the 11th hour, Michaels like double crossed him shortly before WrestleMania.
Okay.
I think they're doing this here for a title that doesn't mean as much.
Yeah, and that's the sad thing. Both titles don't mean as much. The IC title, I didn't even know she had it until I looked this up. Like
I
she
did.
wasn't even on.
I watched the match where she won it, which is actually again, this is one of those things where I this isn't the only reason I like Lyra Valkyria, but on it was funny because I was actually talking about it with somebody, and then somebody said something to the effect of was like, "Oh yeah, you only watch it because they're basically wearing bikinis," and I was like, "Well, actually, funny you should mention that because Lyra Valkyria is not that at all.
No, no,
Um,
she's not.
she's just phenomenal in the ring, and so is Bayley because Bayley's not that either."
Yeah,
But
same. Yeah.
I keep going back to this. The first time I saw Lyra Valkyria, I was just like, okay, good talent, awesome to watch. Kind of
Yeah,
small,
like
but doesn't like she
mhm.
wrestles in a way that a smaller person would. It makes perfect sense.
She's small, but you could tell she's muscular. Like
Yeah,
she
yeah,
has muscle.
yeah.
She's like
She's
a
strong.
Zoe Stark, where you could tell they're smaller girls, but they have muscle behind them.
hmm But I see this simply as because Liv Morgan and Raquel don't really need these titles. I
No.
think Bayley and Lyra are going to win, and they're going to defend it a few times, and then eventually Bayley's going to double cross Lyra, and that's going to translate to a match for probably at not the next PLE. Probably what's the next big one? Is it SummerSlam? Probably SummerSlam,
Yeah, SummerSlam.
and then Survivor Series is as the big one. I know it's not the next
Yeah,
PLE,
yeah.
but the next of the big four. That's what I think is happening. So I think because they just threw them together so randomly that it's like they have to win because otherwise this is a complete waste of time.
Honestly, I don't think they'll give him the time to win. I think they're just going to keep it with Liv and Raquel, and it's going to be like more of a feud between Bayley and Lyra, and they're going to be like,
And
"Oh, why you didn't win?" And
yeah,
I'll challenge you for that to IC.
probably. And I think that would be really dumb because that would be way too
Yeah,
fast. But you're probably right. But I
yeah,
still
yeah,
think I'm
yeah. I agree. The way it
yeah
should be, the way you said it, but I have a feeling it's going to be
yeah probably.
quite the
So
opposite.
I'm going to be an optimist. I'm going to be an optimist and think that what I suggested will happen.